Everyone, close your eyes. Imagine being strapped in a 450 horsepower race car, wearing helmet, gloves, three-layer race suit, and the smell of high-octane racing fuel in the air. Half a lap before green. Cars in front of you, behind you, and beside you. Green flag drops. You go through the gears, turning 7,000 RPMs down the straightaway. Good morning. My name is Anthony Bennett, and I've been involved in racing since the age of 5. I have 2 track championships. I currently hold the Super Mini Trucks track record, and I've been combined in over 50 wins in the last few years. Racing is a competitive sport that most people fail to understand. There are several different aspects besides getting to the end of the straightaway and turning left. Today I plan on informing you of 3 different types of oval track racing. One would be go-karts, 2 super mini trucks, and 3 limited late model. First, I'd like to start off again with the go-karts on a quarter-mile dirt track. The most important part of go-kart racing is generally the tires. They're the hardest part of kart racing to master because it depends on the environment. The amount of pressure at 12 p.m. will be different than the amount of pressure at 5 p.m. or even at 8 p.m. due to the climate changes and the moisture in the air and the dryness of the track. For example, 12 o'clock you might run, temperatures will be down a little bit, you'll run a softer compound than you would at 4 or 5 o'clock when it's midday in the heat of the day. The track has a tendency to dry and you run a harder compound with more air versus in the nighttime when the moisture comes in the air and up in there through the ground, and you can run a softer compound with less air. Multiple sets for the environment is needed multiple times during the day. Team karting states that increasing tire pressure will help the tires build more heat quicker, providing a grip in few laps. Too much air pressure will heat tires too quickly, resulting in excessive tire wear in a short number of laps. Finding the mid-ground between heat and grip and tire wear is the key. Again, I have over 20 wins out of 23 races in one season and over 50 races total. In go-kart racing, I believe tires and air pressure and tire compound are the key to success. One thing here you can see is the go-karts, and this is what we used to run here and what they still run here in the local area. And right here is the tires that we normally run on a go-kart. These currently tires here are laser cut. Laser cut meaning that they cut the first layer off and you get the feel of a used tire, but you get the longevity of a new tire. So they went to laser cutting, which for a laser cut set running anywhere between $300 and $400. Also, technology has improved. Now we use scales to weigh carts and trucks and race cars. When you use scales, the front of it looks like this display screen. It gives you your right front, your right rear, your left front, and your left rear individually. It gives you total weight. It gives you nose weight, left side weight, cross weight, which is very key to any type of racing, and really helps. And you can see here the technology that's improved in go-karts. Here's a full chassis, and with the bumpers, the rear, you got the brake rotor and everything. So you got a lot of technology here. Here you've got the spindle with, you can set the camber and the caster on these just like you would a race car. And so technology has improved so much in racing, especially in go-karts. Second is truck racing. This is what I just got through winning a championship in this year. And this is currently a 1978 pickup, 22 RE motor, and pushing about 215 horsepower. We run 8-inch wheels with 8-inch tires and 14-inch wheels, and we probably get up between 85 and 95 miles per hour on the back stretch. And suspension it has been modified also in these type of race cars and these race trucks. And to get through the corners is really harder on a stock automobile than it is on a limited or a late model or a go-kart, because there's very little you can do to them. But one of the things we can do to them is the springs and the shocks. The springs and the shocks, you can help with on the rebound on the shocks, and the softness and the stiffness of the spring to help get in the corners and get out. Pit Stop USA said it best. Choosing the right springs for your race car setup is key to achieving the best performance. A smooth handling, whether you're wanting to soften the right front to get to your car off the corner, or stiffen the left front to help drive a little harder off the corner. There are two things important when it comes to truck racing: handling and driving ability. And there are the key spots on the track to hit in order to get in the corner. In other words, when you're going in the corner, you have to make sure you're going at the right angle, so you can exit off the correct way. If you go in too early, you have to turn it more to get off. If you go in it too wide, it hurts you through the center. So not only a setup key, hitting your marks through the corners at a high speed is also very key. And this is generally developed from what is called seat time. No matter how much information you can obtain about a track or driving, or knowledge, nothing can compare to actually sitting behind the wheel and gaining experience. Just as go-karts, handling is very important. Instead of focusing on conditions and tire compound, you're focusing more on suspension, stagger, and spring combinations. And lastly, is what I'm currently working on now, is a limited late model, and currently building this. And I'm going to discuss limited stock car racing on a 3/8 or a half mile track. The main difference between truck and limited cars is suspension, speed, tires, and horsepower. Due to the increase of velocity around the track, the car requires larger tires and wheels to maintain grip through the corners. The trucks have 14-inch wheels with 8-inch tires. Race car have 15-inch wheels with 10-inch tires, and this helps through the center of the corner because the speeds are much more higher. In a limited car, you're looking at between 450 and 425 horsepower. In a late model, you're looking at anywhere between 450 and 485 horsepower. And on a half-mile track, they're probably pushing 120 to 125 miles per hour going down the back stretch. Super mini trucks can go around a half-mile track in about 20 seconds, and a limited or a late model car can get around in about anywhere between 16 and 17 seconds. So a big difference there in the two. Also, like I said, you got safety, which is a big key to these. I think a race car here like this is more safer than the stock division. The reason is you have a better roll cage. The roll cage is built around the driver. You have a steel plate that's beside the driver in case a car teased him in the side to protect the driver where it collapses. You have a roll cage over the top, also built with an 1.75 tubing. So if the car was to get upside down and take a hard impact, it could handle it and protect the driver, which is really key. And Jeff Honeycutt wrote an article for Hot Rods magazine that best describes the importance of the roll cage type chassis. He states that using stuff you think on when you talk about racing safety is important. Critical helmets are critical, seats, 5-point harnesses, Hans device, and even a fire system. But nothing protects you more than a good roll cage. Today I discussed go-karts, on an oval track, and like I said, technology is even more. You can do bump steer, geometry, camber, caster. All these things are key when it comes to setting up a car. So the technology is really out there when it comes to helping make these things turn. And again, today I've discussed go-karts, trucks, limited late models on an oval track, and highlighted a few areas that many people don't understand. The intense amount of mathematics, experience, and geometry that goes into racing. And even before the race starts, I simply see someone just turning left. And so today I have demonstrated just a few of the immense amounts of work that goes into a single race. But the truth is, this was the last race of the season right here that we won. And there's nothing like adrenaline coursing through your body at 120 miles per hour. It's priceless. Nothing compares to the feeling of 450 horsepower motor under the hood down the straightaways. And hopefully I have a few more years to go before I give up racing. And thank you for your time, and have a blessed day.